Alright, hello friends and welcome back to another vlog on this channel. Last time that I vlogged, I started reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I got like 2/3 of the way through it and then I had to end the vlog there. But I realized that I never told you guys what it's about, and since I finished it, I thought we'd have a little moment at the beginning here for me to talk about what this book is about and why I liked it. So our main character in this, her name is Misery, which is, you know, weird because her brother's name is Owen, so her parents just really hated her. She is a vampire living in a world where there are vampires, werewolves, humans. Each one has their own country, basically, and in order to have peace between these countries, they will send the child of one of the government officials to one of the other countries in like the idea that if, let's say that the vampires do something that the humans don't like, then the humans are going to kill the vampire child, who is the child of, you know, one of the government people. So they're kind of important. Misery is the daughter of the vampire government person, whatever his title is. And so when she was growing up, she lived in the human world until she was 18 and she aged out of the program and they got a new vampire to live in the human world. When she was there, she had a best friend named Serena, and Serena has gone missing as of the beginning of this book. And so Misery's trying to figure out what happened to her. The only thing that she knows is a name, like initials, that Serena had wrote down before she disappeared. At the beginning of this book, Misery's dad asks her to get into a political marriage with one of the werewolf leaders, alphas. And originally she says no, but then she realizes that this alpha, his initials are the same as the initials that her best friend wrote down. And so she basically marries him just to see if he knows anything about her best friend's disappearance. There's a little bit more going on behind the scenes than that, but that's kind of the basics. If you were ever like a fan or you just remember like Twilight era and how everybody was going crazy over vampire books then, this is very much like an ode to Twilight era vampire books. And even then, like if you were deeply entrenched in that sort of genre, it wasn't just vampires. We were getting werewolf books, we were getting gargoyle books. And so as someone who really enjoyed that genre of supernatural, paranormal romance, this just felt like how those books used to feel like. And so I really enjoyed that aspect of it. I also just really like werewolves in general, and werewolf romance, so no surprise that I liked that. I mean, this was, like I said in the last vlog, I read the first 2/3 of this all in one day. Like, I was obsessed with this. Definitely like a 5-star best read, maybe even my best read of the year, I don't know. But I definitely really liked it, and I'm kind of upset because I went to Walmart the other day. And when I'm in Walmart, obviously I have to go to the book section. Like, I wasn't even there for books, but I had to go check out the book section. And they had a copy of this, but I hadn't finished this library copy yet. And so I was like, no, because what if something happens in the final bit and I don't like it or whatever? I should have bought a copy for myself. I'm so upset, but that's okay. I'll get one later. I am currently reading Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey, and this is definitely a Tessa Bailey book. If you know, you know. She writes like what I can only imagine a wine aunt writes like. You know, where it's just like, you have to love her, but she's so silly and crazy and messy, perhaps, that it's like, you're kind of laughing at how big of a mess she can make. This book is about a girl named Josephine who is the biggest fan of this golfer named Wells. She's practically like his only fan because he kind of sucks, both as a person, he's very mean, and also he's just not doing very well in like his golf game recently. But some things happen. She makes an awful, terrible mistake. There's a series of mistakes. So she is diabetic, and she also her family has a golfing store, a sports equipment store, and the store isn't doing amazing, so she stops her health insurance so that she can help the store a little bit. And she's only planning on that being for like maybe a month or so, but then the store is still not doing well, and now also she doesn't have health insurance, so she stops the store's flood insurance so that she can pay for her insulin. And then a hurricane comes and floods the store. So obviously, you know, she's in a bit of a pickle. Wells finds out about this. And again, he's like not a nice person. He's very mean. But for some reason, call it a change of heart, call it insta-love, whatever you want, he decides that he's going to help her. So like originally he says, here, I'll just give you money. And she's like, absolutely not. I'm not a charity case. And so instead he hires her to be his caddy during the next golf tour, I think they're called. I'm not a sports person. To try to see if he can win the entire thing, and then he'll like pay her the money for being his caddy. So it's very much silly, goofy. I don't think that I'm going to enjoy this book. I think I'm going to be fairly neutral about it, but I do really like Tessa Bailey, and I like grabbing some of her books, some of the like newer ones, because I've read some of the older ones and I'm just like, no. Her magic really appears during her newest books, and so I always give her a try. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but I've always just gotta know what crazy things are happening in her next book. I read recently online she just brought out a holiday novella where the main male character has thighs so thick he keeps ripping his jeans. And I'm like, yep, that's Tessa Bailey. In this one, he has the best butt in the world. Like, she's just a menace to society. Shout out to this plant in particular, who started off in this pot, made its way over to this pot and killed the plant that was in here, and is now trying to take over this pot. If you can see, it's trying to grow a root here and try to get into this pot. It is the bitchiest plant I know. Like, it murders my other plants. You're not doing that. So I just finished crocheting my third of these leaf garland things. Here's 2. Here's 3. I have enough, it looks like, for 1 more, hopefully. So I need to do that, but I kind of already knew going into this project that it was going to be a lot, but it's a lot, definitely. This so far has taken me like weeks of off and on crocheting, so, and it gets tiring sometimes, but Today, also in the mail, I haven't taken it out of the little plastic sleeve that they gave me. I got some more yarn because my grandma said that she wants a scarf for Christmas. Technically speaking, she didn't even tell me. She told my mom. And then my mom told me. So I got some yarn for that. I want to start working on that soon. In this black and blue color. I've used this yarn before. I don't even remember why I had it, but I had one that was black and red, and I had made a scarf and I really liked it. And I showed a picture to my dad to be like, oh, look at this scarf. Like, I'm so proud of it. Look how nice it looks. And he goes, can I have it? And now I'm buying the same kind of yarn to give to my grandma. Like, at no point am I ever going to make myself a scarf. Supposedly it's cursed and it's just not going to happen, but I need to work on that eventually. I also have another project that I'm like 2/3 of the way through that I need to do for somebody else's Christmas present, so I need to be working on that. On top of, you know, the book reading and the video game playing and the game dev stuff. I made a second Blue Sky account earlier today for just like me, personal, to blab about all my different little projects. I don't know, I just kind of felt like it. And then I thought it would be nice too, in order to follow creatives who I follow on other things, but like to have a place where they can talk about their stuff, whatever's going on, without following them on my gaming account. I just feel like there's a lot going on. I need to like chill. So today was Thanksgiving. I mean, it's like 9 p.m. It still is Thanksgiving, but you know, I feel like I didn't record too much of the festivities. One, because it just feels weird recording something like that. I don't know. Here's the food I ate today. But then also because, you know, I was celebrating with family, and I'm just very much against putting people in the vlog who may not want to be in the vlog. Like, just the idea of vlogging while you're with other people seems insensitive, I guess. So I didn't, but I got a couple things here and there for you to see. We always eat Thanksgiving lunch. Normally, I think people eat it for dinner, but we've just always done lunch. We've always had it at 1 p.m. And I ate my weight in food, mostly in potatoes, because I'm a potato fiend, but I ate a lot. And then, you know, for dinner, you have leftovers, so I did it twice. And now I really regret it. Honestly, I had dinner like 3 hours ago, and I'm still like, that was such a mistake. Why did I go for seconds? But otherwise, in order to like relax and chill out after eating my body weight in Thanksgiving food, I've been working on the scarf. It's this long now. I love this yarn. Like, it really does not matter what color I choose it in. This thing of going from like blue to, this is technically like a dark gray, back to blue, it's just so pretty. I love it so much. But I'm about halfway through the scarf. The general way that you measure how long a scarf should be is it's the length of your like arms out from fingertip to fingertip. And so this is about halfway, chest-ish on me, so I'm about halfway through. I've also been debating today because a few years ago, well, I mean, I had it for a while, but a few years ago I stopped doing it. I had an online store where I sold crochet things. Recently, I've been kind of wanting to return to that, or kind of feeling like that is my best option. It's kind of like what I'm best at doing. Really questioning what is not necessarily my purpose in the world, but what am I good at and what is good for me. And so I've been debating opening up another online store where I sell crochet things. Probably more, the last one that I had was a little bit more like art-ish, a little bit more like toys and plushies and stuff, and I'm thinking this would be more things that you could use, like scarves, for example, or hats, or mittens, you know, because even though I had some people who really enjoyed my plushies and all the random silly ideas that I had for them, I feel like a big problem that I had was that people just don't need it. And especially the time in which I had the store, I opened the store early 2019, which was a bad idea because like a few months after I opened it, like COVID started. And that kind of timeline, I think, really messed that up. I really struggled for a while, but then I was like, oh, it's just because every business struggles at the beginning as you're trying to find your footing. And then the longer it went on, the more it was like, no, this is just like a bad time to have had the opening. And so I really struggled, but I feel like I could do it, especially if it was something useful. I still have people like here, people that I've met and who know that I crochet, who every so often are like, oh, can you make me this? You know, my grandma, for example. And I feel like that's a much easier product to sell because it's useful. Things that are useful rather than something that's just gonna like sit there. But I don't know. I'm still like, I literally just thought about it today, a few hours ago. And so I'm still kind of being like, should I? But simultaneously, I feel like back when I used to do it, it was easier, something that I was good at doing, and also simultaneously other people enjoyed it. Anyway, I need to record videos for the gaming channel. Like, I really need to do it tonight, but I'm so full that I'm like, what if I just save it until tomorrow? It does mean that I'm going to need to edit and record and edit in the same day in order to make it, because today's currently the 28th and the next video that I need to put up is the 30th. So I'd be recording the 29th and then editing the 30th, but the video needs to be up already by the 30th, so that doesn't work. So if I both edit and record on the 29th, it'll be really close, but I feel like that's my best bet because tonight I cannot do it. I've got to lay down. You do not understand how much I ate of Thanksgiving food. Okay, sorry. I like never leave this area. Every single clip I feel like is in the same place. But today I worked on heavily and finished the scarf from, you know, fingertip to fingertip, as I said. So here's the color, what it looks like. It's very nice. I like it a lot. As you can see, there's still a little bit that I have to do. I have to cut off this long string, work through that, but it's just finishing touches things. For the most part, it's finished. And I just, like I said, I really like this yarn in particular. I think it always looks really nice, so I'm happy, and I'm very surprised by how quickly I got through it, though, to be fair, like, I was really working on it. Right now I am uploading a video that I literally just recorded for the gaming channel. Just finished editing, putting that up because I'm a little bit behind on that, but tomorrow I should catch up because one of the videos that I need to record for, not tomorrow, but the next day is my end of month stats video, and that's generally like 8 minutes long, so it doesn't take too long to record. And then after that, I can work on recording some other things and catching up a little bit there. So I'm not too worried. I'm just kind of like, ugh, I really should have done this before, but I didn't. So it's in the past now. There's only one thing that I can do is catch up. So I also went through a bunch of different crochet project ideas because I am seriously thinking about restarting a store and selling things like the scarves. So I went through and I came up with some ideas, some like different colors to go with. The thing is, business licenses here where I live, they reset, they expire, I should say, every year on December 31st. Doesn't matter when you get it. So you could buy one December 30th and your license would expire the 31st, basically. So I'm waiting until January 1st in order to start this, and that gives me a month time to prepare. Is that a little bit silly? Maybe, but also simultaneously, I have a lot of it already figured out because, as I think I told you guys before, like I used to have a business doing this already. And then, you know, COVID and moving and all of that. But I kind of feel like I'm older and wiser now, and I should be able to understandably do it better. So I think a month is doable. And that's somewhat exciting, somewhat nerve-wracking. I also haven't read any of my library books in a while, which is unfortunate because on Monday I need to take them back, and it's currently Friday night. Actually, it might be after 12, so it could be Saturday. I'm 2/3 of the way through Fangirl Down, and I am strangely really enjoying this. And then the other book that I haven't read yet, Dungeons and Drama, for one, it's a teen book, so I should get through it faster. I also think it's 293 pages, so it's a little bit on the shorter side, so I might be able to get both of these done by Monday. I'd basically have 2 days to read 2 books, but it's possible. Knowing me, it's possible. So I might focus tomorrow a little bit more on those, see whether or not I can. I'll have one more book that I'll be getting from the library, and then after that I'm going to take a little bit of a break from library books because I'm going to be going out of town like late December. Each library book I can borrow for 2 weeks, and I just feel like that's gonna be a little bit too close. I'm not comfortable with that sort of timeline. So after this next one that I'll be getting from the library, I'm gonna take a break from that for a while. Maybe I'll actually read my own books that I own. Crazy. But the most unfortunate news is that it's the end of the 3rd day. I didn't really record anything on this 3rd day, but I do have to end this vlog here because that's all that we have time for. It's probably a lot. Probably a longer vlog because I've been chatty, I feel like. But I've just had a lot to say. I think a lot that I've wanted to blab at the camera about and kind of put my thoughts down. So I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you for watching this vlog as always. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you are excited for some of the things that will be going on in the future. And I will see you in the next vlog for trying to read books really fast, crocheting. I still have to, I'm kind of forgetting about the Christmas presents that I need to work on. There's a lot going on. We'll just say that.